Today on the show, we are talking wellness with Dr. Grant A. Fairbanks from Fairbanks Art of Plastic Surgery, and we're talking deep sleep. A new supplement from Dr. Hatch and the Brain Rehab Clinic is here and just in time.
And we're going to have an intervention on my buying shoes from Wish.
All this and more happening right here, right now on Talk365TV. Here we go. Welcome to the show, everybody. Obviously, Trip has brought us a presentation. How are you?
I am good, but one of the things about getting married is that your wife now will tell you, well, she hates the shoes I get from Wish. And
Wait.
4 out of this has only been...
In the fact that you just said Wish, I don't need to know anymore. How are they not literally falling apart? Have you worn them one time?
So these shoes I've worn a couple hundred times, and they're...
That doesn't look like it's from Wish.
It
is.
Is
That a Sketcher?
No, it's just a knockoff shoe, but this is, so these are the good ones. I bought 3 different colors of this, and they've lasted years and years and years.
Those are cool.
No problem.
Okay.
I thought these were really great.
I mean, they look like a granola kind of hiker dude. I mean, they're nice. They're cool. I'm with you, but...
Oh, 2 for 2.
Here's the thing. I'm not that good at dude fashion.
You're not?
No, not really. I don't pretend like I know what I'm doing. I know when it looks good, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, that's right.
So what do you think of these?
I mean, they look like a penny loafer. They look like a casual shoe. You know what you should wear them with? Capris and no socks.
Never. We were discussing that off
Can you imagine Trip in capris with his long legs? Oh my
God. So what do you think of these? I really like these.
I kind of like them. I think it's the sport leather crossover maybe she's struggling with. Because I feel like the sole is kind of sporty, but then the leather kind of is bringing the like...
Well,
I don't know.
This has not been...
they're fine. I thought I was going to hate on every single one of these, but I'm actually okay with them.
So we talked about Wish the other day, and you can go on wish.com, and it's a big corporation, many people do, but they have weird prices. They do have some quality stuff, and they do have some stuff
How's your phone holder?
My phone holder, I use this all the time. I was on a meeting, this is a funny story. So I'm still doing rehab for my hip, and you have to wear rubber bands, and you have to do these kind of crouching things.
Crouching tiger, hidden hip.
So the other day I was using the fold holder, and I had it up, and it was during a preparations for a TV show. We had the star of Mindhunter on. What a great TV show. And but anyway, prior to that, I'm doing my exercises, and the Zoom, my phone is up like this, and I didn't realize people were watching me.
Do your exercises?
Yeah.
Because you were already on the Zoom?
Yeah, but this was prior to the actor.
Zoom fail.
Zoom fail. I'm doing my crouches backing up, and everyone's laughing, and I realized, damn, I should have...
But at least your phone stayed up.
My phone is doing great. But
yes.
When we come back, now that I'm going forward with Wish purchases, I'm not. I'm throwing away.
Banned.
What are we going to be doing?
We're going to be talking wellness. We're going to be talking deep sleep supplement from Brain Rehab Clinic. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and my passion has always been to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. TV has helped MyPillow become the amazing company that it is today. So my employees and I want to thank you with some of our best prices ever. Go to MyPillow.com right now and click on TV specials. You'll get deep discounts on MyPillows, mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regular $89.99 for only $29.99 with your promo code.
Hey everyone, I'm Holly Love, and I am here at the Certified Hypnotherapy Training School with my good friend Dennis Parker. Dennis, I have 3 questions for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number 1, when do classes start?
A person can start with the online portion of the training anytime, and then come into the live classroom trainings as we have them scheduled.
Who's signing up and why?
We have people who sign up to be certified clinical hypnotherapists who want to have those clinical skills to be able to affect behavioral modification. We have people who are executives, managers, or who want to have other career enhancements. And we also have grandparents and parents who want to know how to work with their own children and family.
Number 3, what happens if people mention that they saw us on Talk365?
We're offering a $200 textbook and CD package as part of their full registration.
All of this information and more is available on the website. Log on and change your life today. Enroll now. Classes start soon.
Today's wellness news you can use is brought to you by Brain Rehab Clinic. We're about to get on something that's really important.
Right.
And it's interesting, no matter how rich you are, how famous, sleep is not a guarantee.
Right.
Wouldn't it be great to go back to when you were a kid and you could just, your mom and dad would say goodnight to you and you're asleep and you wake up happy, and but a lot of people have sleep trouble.
Well, Dr. Hatch from Brain Rehab Clinic has been working for the past 2 years to figure out how to combine not just the ingredients, but the right combination of ingredients that allow your brain to get into that deep, restful sleep. Because it's not always just about how many hours you get, it's about the quality of time you're able to actually spend and stay in that deep sleep, because that's where the actual rejuvenation takes place. That's where all of the anti-aging, the weight loss. But the thing about this is it's a supplement that is not necessarily one that he's expecting you to be on for the rest of your life. I mean, you could. Some may be needing to be on it longer than others, but it's a really cool formulation of ingredients that are going to inspire your brain to learn how to do it itself again. So I think conceptually, like you're saying, sleep is such a big part of things. And when you can't sleep, you start to do that anxiety thing where you're like, I have 3 hours. I have 2 hours.
But
do you ever have a hard time sleeping? Have you ever?
Oh yeah, and it's a pressure situation when I couldn't imagine being retired. I think that would be the easiest way not to. But work-wise pressure, you know, in a deadline business, you're always concerned about that. It's a nightmare.
It's intense. Well, Dennis, that's bringing in another wellness team expert from Certified Hypnotherapy Training School and Positive Mind Management Services. He teaches this positive mind management skill where you write everything down. You have to just have like one book that's like your dump book where you write down everything that you could possibly think of. You have to have one by your bed, and then you do a whole decide to decide or give it a date. So because your brain subconsciously wants to tie to fixing a problem. So if you say, I'm going to go pick this up, the dry cleaning, Tuesday at 2. Your brain will wrap you on the head Tuesday at 2. That is how quick you're subconscious. So if you're going to bed with all this stuff on your mind that you're unsure of, that needs to be done, it will totally keep you up at night if you don't do some kind of mind management. But that's the best one that I've found. He's definitely helped me a ton, but I am excited to try the sleep supplement for sure, because me going to bed on time is always a struggle, and definitely with the weight loss side of it. When I sleep, the weight falls off. So if you're interested in this product, check this out, but also enter this promo code and you will get a discount on your first order. So you're going to want to do that as well. Check out Dr. Hatch, who's going to tell you all about it.
Talk365TV's Wellness Minute is brought to you by Brain Rehab Clinic with wellness team expert Dr. John Hatch.
Hi, I'm Dr. Hatch here at Brain Rehab Clinic, and we have developed a supplement that hits the key 3 most powerful neurotransmitters and aspect of the brain that enable you to sleep. Brain Rehab and myself have been working on trying to understand what makes a brain sleep. So today I want to talk to you not only about the neurology of it, but why a supplement that we created based on all the literature we've studied, researched, and all the supplements that are out there is one of the most effective that we feel is on the market today. And what we've seen about the brain is a lot of people are giving supplements one little bit here, or just melatonin, or just GABA, or just serotonin. But in reality, when you make a cake, do you just cook the eggs and just cook the flour? Can you make a cake? The reality of it is you have to connect it all together. And what we have found that with a mixture of melatonin, with serotonin and GABA, it creates one of the best compounds, or what we like to call concoctions, to enable your brain to get into that deep sleep, non-REM, in that high-low delta wave at the best possibility we can. I'm going to teach you all about it. Here we go. So when we look at the brain, we have to look at it as a whole, and we look at its functionality. There is specific areas of the brain that involve one more area than another. And in sleep, what the research has shown is there's one specific area that affects sleep more than anything, and that is the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is also, you might have heard of it because it's highly connected with different types of hormone regulation, because the pituitary gland is at the end of it. The hypothalamus leads into that, right? This does a lot. Feeling of full, satiety, that type of thing is also regulated in this hypothalamus. So within this hypothalamus, it also secretes GABA, which helps calm down the brain. But not only does it do GABA, it also secretes two other neurotransmitters, norepinephrine and serotonin. And serotonin, a lot of you have heard serotonin or a breakdown of it, of 5-HTP, that people are using to try to upregulate serotonin. Most serotonin is made in the gut, 93%. The other percentage is actually very commonly made in the brainstem, a lot here in the pons, which is with your rest and digest, but also regulated within this hypothalamus. But there's more. Right on the back part is your pineal gland. And your pineal gland secretes two hormones, melatonin, and is affiliated with the norepinephrine. Now this is important because a lot of people are taking melatonin and it's not letting them sleep. Or they start and it helps them sleep in the beginning, but then eventually it stops working. Why does it stop working? Because we're missing other key ingredients. And what we see is the brain likes recipes. And what we have found is with the combination of serotonin, GABA, and melatonin in the right percentages or the right distribution of those ingredients, we can create a greater outcome within the ability of the brain to be in a state that says, this is definitely sleep time. And the brain can calm down and get that restful sleep that you want. So if you're interested in this product, if this resonates with you and you've tried other supplements, it's not because those didn't work. It was because you were missing some key parts. So for more information or you'd like to purchase the product, click the link below or go to the website directly and get your order today and begin that restful sleep that you are looking for.
This is you. You've written a book. Congratulations, you're a writer. But wait, to be a true author, you have to actually publish your book. So the next step is to find a publisher or agent that shouts it out to the world that you're a real author. This is where we come in. Discover Publishers will help you find the right publisher to edit, illustrate, print, sell, distribute, and promote your book. We will match your needs with our list of qualified publishers and agents to find the right fit. And the best part, it's completely free. We connect publishers with writers just like you. We put you in the driver's seat as publishers rush to your door to get your book in bookstores. Publishers have specific strengths. We know them and will find the right ones for you. Don't run all over town. Make publishing houses come to you. Discover Publishers and get you free access to the leading publishers in the industry. Fast.
Call 800-692-0851 for pre-information packages. That's 800-692-0851. 800-692-0851. 800-692-0851.
If you're looking for an affordable auto warranty to help extend the life of your vehicle, search online for Consumer Affairs Extended Auto Warranties.
Imagine having to repair an engine, transmission, and AC, even if it costs thousands. With an Endurance Vehicle Protection Plan, you're covered. Call now and we'll upgrade you to an Endurance Elite membership, a $2,000 value included at no extra cost.
Call 800-494-6790. That's 800-494-6790. Call now.
Today's Talk365 TV's Talking Wellness is brought to you by Fairbanks Art of Plastic Surgery. And welcome back to the show. Now we're bringing up a subject that I'm not going to say a word about it, but it's breast augmentation. Rumor has it they can do that now.
So Tripp, let's talk right now, and not just getting a breast augmentation, but right now in the world with everything going on, how this is sort of the perfect timing, because there's a lot of executives that are pretty much told to stay home right now until January because they figured out how to make it work with Zoom. They're sort of more incognito, they've got more time. And so timing wise, I know a lot of people getting stuff done. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, there is no better time because you want to, ease into these things. So we talked in an earlier show, what better time to have a facelift, to do anything, because literally you do not have to see people. You can have a hermit-like existence.
And nobody will question.
Yep. And, don't do your physical therapy in front of a Zoom camera. That's the only thing I can recommend.
Right. So if you've been thinking that you would like to have something done, I would invite you to check out Dr. Grant A. Fairbanks' website because he is an expert in many procedures, including breast augmentation, which we're going to be talking about today. But first and foremost, he is a fourth-generation Utah artist who went into plastic surgery, bringing his artistic talents, combined that with advanced surgical skills. And when you really think about that, I mean, who else would you want performing any of your procedures than somebody who has an artistic eye?
There is no question. And there is nothing worse than seeing a friend who goes too big.
Well, and natural across the board, no matter what the procedure, you don't want anyone to know that you had work done. So watch this, check this out. He's going to give you more information about breast augmentation and the natural fat grafting breast augmentation that he provides and offers. And then if you want more information, log on to his website where we have a long extended online consult, and you can book a free consultation, which right now he is offering to do online with him live in person online. Or you can go on in person if you're feeling well and all is well in your world. So there you go. Here's Dr. Fairbanks who's going to tell you all about it.
Today's Talk365 TV's Talking Wellness is brought to you by Fairbanks Art of Plastic Surgery with wellness team expert Dr. Grant A. Fairbanks.
Hey everybody, welcome to our Talking Wellness series. I'm Holly Love, and today I am back with our wellness team expert Dr. Grant A. Fairbanks from Fairbanks Art of Plastic Surgery. Hi, Dr. Fairbanks.
Good morning, Holly. How are you?
I am doing so good, and I am so excited about today's topic. So we're going to dive right in because we are talking all about breast augmentation. So we are going to review all the options, who's a good candidate, all the things that you want to know before you go in and have a consultation about having this done. So let's start with candidates. Who is having this procedure done?
It's typically a woman who is unhappy with the size of their breast. They feel somewhat self-conscious, wants to be able to fill out a swimming suit a little better or a blouse. Often it will also be the woman who's had children and has found that she's feeling deflated after breastfeeding and feels that she would like some more volume, and they just want to feel more feminine. And so breast augmentation or breast enhancement is within the top 3 procedures in cosmetic plastic surgery. It is very popular and it does make a lot of people happy.
So beyond that, is there an age limit for who is able to get that done?
Typically I like to start at the age of 18 and older. I've even done breast augmentations on women in their 70s. But typically those are people who've already had the breast augmentations and we're replacing them.
I see. Well, let's talk about the types of augmentation you can have because there is silicone, there is saline, there are different sizes. How does that all work?
Well, the silicone breast implant is the most common way of augmenting a breast. And the FDA finally approved these in 2007 for cosmetic purposes. The new silicone implants are safer than they were, say, back in the 80s when the shells were very thin and the gel was actually more liquid. Those implants would rupture. Nowadays, the implants are actually have a thicker shell and the gel is more cohesive. So these don't leak as much or as readily as the older implants. And the FDA recommends that after 3 years that the patients start doing MRIs every 2 years, because really that's the best way of determining the leakage. And it tends to be a favorite amongst patients. They feel that it feels a little more natural, and we've been using these for breast reconstruction all along, even during the moratorium that started in the 1990s. So the silicone breast implant is now the most common implant that we use nowadays. But your alternative is a saline implant, which is the silicone shell, but then once we put it in the body, we fill it up with salt water, so it looks very much like a silicone implant.
Just more hard.
Well, some have told me it feels like a water balloon. Some think that it's feels very similar to the silicone implants. But when these fail, these deflate, come back to this, and then we know that it's deflated because the breast is smaller.
And you're saying with as strong as they are, typically it's not like they pop, it's more that it's just over time they get a crease and then they rub and then they just get a small hole or a thinning.
Yeah, there's a thinning in the shell.
Well, let's talk placement, because I know there is under the muscle and over the muscle, there is different places you can have an incision. What do you suggest for your patients?
My preferred method is under the breast. We call it an inframammary incision, which is underneath the breast. Through that incision, I can see better the anatomy. I feel that I have better control with bleeding and protection of the nerves that provide sensation to the breast. The thing is eventually the implant will have to be removed.
Right.
And so typically when it's replaced, it'll be removed through the inframammary and then it has to come out that way. And so might as well start with it from the beginning.
And the scar too, you can hardly see it. It falls right under the fold. It's nothing to be concerned about. You would have to have a microscope basically to know that it was there.
I haven't had any patients complain about them.
Well, so beyond saline and silicone, what else do we have?
Well, the other option, I think you're alluding to fat grafting. Fat grafting for breast augmentation is becoming more popular. It is a very good procedure, and it is the more natural way of doing your own breast augmentation. So what do? Liposuction, breast augmentation, well, they're both within the top 3 procedures in cosmetic plastic surgery, so why throw the fat away?
Exactly.
So little liposuction of the hips, the thighs, the belly, and then once we process the fat, we then put it into the breast through 2 port sites, one on the lower inner portion and the lower outer portion. And so the incisions on the breast are very small nicks. And it's through those small nicks that we're able to put the fat through with what we call a cannula. So the size of incisions for fat grafting are significantly smaller than those for silicone or saline implants.
I'm gonna say how many of you have not said, why can't they just take it from here and here and here and stick it in here? The answer
is yes.
I love that answer, yes, but there are some precautions because I can't donate for you. So sadly, I would be lined up months ago to deliver all kinds of fun ability to give people an edge if they're just too skinny to have their own, but you do have to have a certain amount of fat.
Well, the limiting factors is how much fat the patient can give me. Well, give themselves.
Right, and how many times do they need to have this done?
Well, this is a procedure where less is more, because the fat that you transfer from, say, the hips to the breast needs to have a blood supply to stay alive. And if you put in too much, there's a certain amount of fat that won't survive because it doesn't have a blood supply. So typically, the patient will have at least 2 and sometimes 3 procedures to finally finish up their ultimate goal.
Well, let's talk size, because I think that is always a very big topic of concern for people who are wanting this. Like, what size should you be? How big? How little? Is there any kind of artistic measurement? You, with your artistic background in sculpting, I would imagine you know exactly what a body needs to look great.
Well, yeah, and I appreciate that. Personally, I like to see somebody who's proportional, and I go over proportions with my patients. So for more petite women, a smaller implant is what you want, and if you're taller and have more broader chest, you want the bigger one. It's the width of the implant. However, the size of breast is really individualized.
Well, let's talk recovery, because I imagine recovery for a typical silicone or saline breast augmentation versus the fat grafting breast aug has a little bit of different downtime. So let's talk, what can people expect from the results?
For the implant breast augmentations, it can be a little sore. Being placed under the muscle, it stretches the muscle, but you know, it's tolerated really well. And so I ask people not to do any heavy lifting or strenuous exercise for about 6 weeks. And I find that I get good results with my patients in doing that. With the fat grafting, it's pretty much the same. I ask them to be very careful with the breast, especially for the first couple of weeks, because that's the time when we're developing a nice blood supply to keep that fat alive.
Well, now for those people out there who are interested in having this done, what's the next thing for them to do?
Well, the easiest thing is to call us. You can find a telephone number on our website, fairbanksmd.com, and call and set up an appointment.
I love it. And for a limited time, if you are online and you enter promo code Talk365TV or you mention Talk365TV, you will get that consultation for free, but not for long. So definitely jump on that while it's still available. It's a huge value. And the consultation process, as I mentioned before with this guy, is absolutely phenomenal. He will thoroughly go through everything that you need to know, want to know. As I mentioned, he is a 4th generation artist. He brings this combination of artistic skill with advanced surgical techniques, and you couldn't ask for a better advocate to walk you through any procedure. Dr. Fairbanks, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Holly. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Talk365TV right after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and my passion has always been to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. TV has helped MyPillow become the amazing company that it is today. So my employees and I want to thank you with some of our best prices ever. Go to mypillow.com right now and click on TV specials. You'll get deep discounts on MyPillows, mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regular $89.99 for only $29.99 with your promo code.
Talk365TV is proud to announce their new studio home, Ignite Studios, for all your video needs. And welcome back to the show. Interesting, we've covered something hugely important to the human race.
Breast augmentation.
Wish.
Oh, clearly we both have deep sleep is on the table and both of us are like, nah. You want to go buy some more stuff for cheap, and you know, I'm always happy with the cupcake conversation because I think they're fun.
Well, and again, but when it goes wrong, it can be horrible. Oh. And you know, in this day and age, and it's funny when, for instance, President Biden, or Vice President Biden, had
that was a slip of the tongue.
Hair plugs done 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was really kind of painful for him.
Uh-huh.
And now it looks pretty natural, but you've got to have guts to do something like that.
So, Trip Mitchell, if you could have anything done, we've made you do Botox here on the show.
We have.
And you proudly don't do it anymore, but we've gotten you to use some creams eventually, and you're still trying to buy your swab for 99 cents. What would you have done? Is there anything you'd ever consider doing again?
No.
Nothing at all? Just tan and ski?
Just tan and ski.
What about the hips and the knees and the elbows and the joints?
I've had new knee, new hip, and new shoulder. That I will keep doing.
Right?
I'm addicted to orthopedic surgery.
Because you want to be a Bionic Man eventually.
The idea of playing hockey this winter pain-free excites me. On our show Open, you could see me skating and not being able to use this arm.
We actually said we need to get you skating again so we can actually shoot you. Well, number one with some upgraded quality footage because that was from a while ago, but...
Yes, we'll come out to the hockey rink this winter. We've got to run.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day and get some deep sleep and, you know, some boobs.